giving an introduction on how to do the dishes at Stonze. First of all, we've got some gloves here. They normally live in underneath the cabinet and underneath here. So pull out the gloves and fire them on. The next thing is there's a bit of prep that's already been done here. For one, you'll notice there's this big bucket over here. It's full of cold water. All the cutlery fires into there. There's another smaller bucket here. It's full of cold water as well. And all the trays off the underneath the stones go in here. So if you're on dishes, make sure you get these buckets set up before the action starts. Alright, now quite often you'll see there's a bit of a pile up of dishes here that the waitresses have just come and dumped on the bench. The first thing to do is grab the stones off here, turn the hot tap on so it's just running slowly, right? Doesn't need to be running a lot, but you must use the hot on the stones, otherwise you can crack the stones. Right? Use this tool here, let that water run, give them a good scrape. Sometimes they're a bit sticky, and that one there was definitely a sticky one. It's taking a little bit to scratch off.
The reason why that stone's a bit hard is it was a chicken satay, and the sugar just melts onto the stone.
Sugar melts on, so that one was a really hard one, and that took a long time. Right, give it a brush over. Turn the tap off. Part of the trick is don't use too much hot water. If you run heaps and heaps of hot water, you'll run out. Okay, the stone's stacking under there. You see there's 3 rows. Stack them up, all in under there, cleaned out of the way. Right, next thing is the plate from under the stone can go in there. Any rubbish fires in the bin. And then we can just run a little bit of cold water and give the plate a bit of a rinse. Right? Now it doesn't have to be super good because it's going through the dishwasher. But it does need a bit of a rinse. And into this tray here. Now notice something on these trays, that there's 2 ways you can put the plates in, right? They can go in this way, where the little things that stick up are close together, or they can go in this other way where they're further apart. With these big stone grill dishes, put them in the wide way, and that allows the water to get in and clean them better. If you're doing other dishes like these sort of dishes, alright, then you're actually better to put them in the other way. You see how they stack and you'll get more dishes in. Now typically I wouldn't go mixing them up like that, so we'll just take those out of there for now, and let's fill the rest of that with stone grill plates. So, back into the action, let's put some stones. Hot water, just running slowly. Now notice also the speed that I'm working at, alright? You can make this job last all night if you like. And if you want to make it last all night because you enjoy it that much, then you can find a job someplace else, because we're not interested in people that go slow around here. You need to move, get the job done quickly, and let's get on and do the next thing and have some fun. Alright. Cutlery. We'll just stack those up, we'll deal with them later. Bit of a rinse on the plate. Right. Again, we're plowing through these stones. And hey, part of the fun is catch up with the big pile that those waiting people brought out, and let's get ahead of it. I think this one's been chicken satay as well, isn't it?
That's correct.
So again, you notice how I've had 2 stones that have taken a bit more grunt and a little bit more time to get everything scratched off them. But the other ones, although they were quite dirty, they didn't actually take that long to get clean. Alright, what I think I'll do is I'll grab just a couple more There's a couple more large stone grill plates, so I'll get them done, and then we'll have a tray ready to go in the dishwasher. Now you see that stone has not long come off the table and it's still very hot, and that's why it's important that you use hot water on these stones and not cold, because anything less than hot water and very much of it, you could end up cracking the stone. Let's do that one, that's going while we're here. There we go, that one.
Do you want some cutlery?
Reasonably quickly. Notice those under trays were still pretty hot, but good gloves and that doesn't matter. And by the way, that was just cold water that I left there running, so that doesn't matter too much. Alright, now we're ready to load this in the dishwasher. You'll see that there's already one that's been in there starting to air dry. It comes out the other side of the dishwasher and left there to air dry. Don't go touching the dishes there with dirty gloves. We'll put the next one in, make sure it's in the centre. Pull the dishwasher down and away she goes. Alright, now on to the next part. Okay, next few things. We've got these little what do you call them? The
Sauce dishes.
Sauce dishes, okay? One way to deal with these is just to poke them in these little gaps down there around other plates and things. If you do that, they're not so likely just to jump all around the place like they quite often do if you just put them down flat like that. Right? If you put them down flat, then the other way to do it is to put something over top, like a cutting board or whatever. But something like that, typically just down in those holes, works for those guys. The other thing is these trays. At the end of the night when they've been soaking, you can pull out these trays, make sure you grab the steel wool and give them, they'll be reasonably easy to do because they've been soaking all night. But they definitely need the steel wool on them, go right around the edges. And you can stack them up in one of those trays in the way that goes close together. And typically you'll get 3 right across the front there in rows of 3 across standing up works. Okay, let's fire that one through the dishwasher. Here's our previous stone grill one, we'll let that air dry. Let's get that one in, sitting in the middle, and it's away. Pots, when it comes to pots, use the Stilo. Give the pots a really good hard scrub with a Stilo. The other thing would be we have some non-stick fry pans. When you're doing cleaning the non-stick fry pans, just use a cloth. There's some rags there. Use a cloth. Don't even use a dish brush, or else you're likely to kill the non-stick. You kill the non-stick, guess who's going to get killed next? Alright. Next thing, anything else that you're not sure of in the kitchen here, please ask. Alright? Don't ever be afraid of asking questions, and make sure that you have lots of fun and work fast, and we'll get on real well. Okay, welcome to the Stonze kitchen. Have fun. Okay, now another thing to think about is sometimes you're going to get that there's no dish ready to put the plates in because it's in the oven. So what you can still do is just keep this process going as the plates come through, and just stack those plates up there. Right, let's grab a couple more, we'll bring them over, cutlery in there, and let's pull the stones off and do the stones. Now, it's important that you do the stones as they come off. Some people have tried it other times to stack all the stones up and clean them later. The problem with that is that then you need to clean both sides of the stone, because the food that's on this top side sticks to the bottom side of the other stone. And the other problem that comes with that is that there is another problem. What the hell was it? You get a whole lot of weight on this bench with the stones, and that's going to kill the bench. So the way to do it is keep the stones being cleaned as they come on through and stacked up. Look, that one there was pretty quick and simple, wasn't it? Okay. I think we're sweet. So did you pick up on my mistake in that last clip? I said oven when I actually meant dishwasher. So to clarify, there can be times when you're working faster than the dishwasher can keep up. Here's some of the things that you can do. To start with, keep the stones going through the cleaning process and just stack the stone grill plates to the side. Once you have a big stack of stone grill plates, you can put the plug in the sink and clean the plates like you would normally in the sink, and you may even want to use a bit of detergent. It's not really necessary though, because all you're really doing is rinsing the dishes before you put them through the dishwasher. Another thing you can do to speed things up through the dishwasher is to reduce the cycle time. You can change it from 3, which it's normally set on, down to 2, which will put the dishes through the machine faster. Only you do need to watch that the plates are coming out of the dishwasher well clean. You can even put it down onto cycle 1, which does save both some time and some money, but again, be careful that those dishes are being cleaned properly. Now, there's a few things that we didn't cover on that DVD clip that you may, and yeah, let's just cover a few of those now. You may be asked to help with the end of night cleanup, which includes emptying the dishwasher and removing all of the stainless trays from the inside of it, including the little stainless bars that go in between and hold those strainer trays in place. They all need to be taken out of the dishwasher, cleaned, particularly underneath them. The dishwasher emptied, rinse it through with a bucket of water and the dish brush. Also, there's cleaning all of the prep surfaces and cleaning the drawer fronts and the cabinet fronts, particularly around where you've been washing the dishes as well, but right through the kitchen too. Look and see what you can see that needs cleaning. There's sweeping and mopping the floors. There's collecting the hand towels from the men's and ladies' toilets and the kitchen rags and taking them through to the laundry for the cleaners to wash the next day. You may be asked to help with wiping down tables and vacuuming in the restaurant. Take some initiative, have a look around and see what else needs cleaning. Maybe even the curtains above the sink, for example, and again, one of the things to watch there is just be a little bit careful with splashing water and splashing food, because it's really easy to make those curtains messy and have to wash them a lot of the time. So doing the dishes at Stonze is a little different, and there are things that you need to be careful of and give attention to detail. Firstly, the stones. The stones need to be cleaned and cared for. Only use hot water. Remember, we don't want to crack those stones. Please don't stack them when they're dirty, and please don't stack them on the bench either before or after cleaning them, as they are quite heavy as well. Also, they're not to be cleaned with detergent or steel wool or anything other than that scraper and the normal cleaning brush that you saw me using. If you drop them on the floor, they will break. So again, please be careful. Same with the stone grill plates. Those stone grill plates are quite expensive, as are the stones. They drop on the floor, they'll break. Please also be careful not to chip them or crack them. Also be careful with putting food into the scrap bin. I've seen it on a number of occasions where the drawers next to that scrap bin have been left open, and food scraps have ended up in there with the cleaning rags or with the cutlery that's in some of those drawers. So please observe, make sure the drawers and the cupboards are closed, and that the food going in the scrap bin is going in the scrap bin and not just at it. Having said to be careful with the stones and the stone grill plates, it's also important to be careful with all the dishes. Chipped or broken glasses, plates, cost the business money. Listen carefully. Your job is to do the dishes quickly, carefully and well. If you're clumsy, slow, or miss cleaning properly, expect the full force of the discipline system to be coming your way, which means you won't last long in your job at Stonze. On the other hand, do the dishes well, quickly, thoroughly and carefully, and you can expect good things. Even what might seem a simple job, doing the dishes requires thinking, attention to detail, and good work habits. Appreciate this, and bonuses, promotion, and great references are likely to come your way for doing a good job, no matter what that job is. If you're not taking pride in your work and doing it just for the money, then I don't expect you'll last very long around Stonze. Think about how it feels to go home at the end of the night, having done a great job with a fun team. That's what we're hoping that you'll feel like and that you'll do at Stonze. Thank you, and enjoy being part of